Great, guys. We've got a lot of people joining in right now. Most of us are from Mauritius. That's great. And in today's webinar, we are basically going to cover how to successfully build and promote your online e-commerce store for business. So, so why don't you guys just quickly tell me more about, like, do you already have an e-commerce store that you want to promote, or are you looking out to build an e-commerce store for your business? If you're looking out to build a store, say yes. If not, say no. All right. Great, guys. So let's not waste more time and let's get started quickly. So in today's webinar, as we will be discussing more on the e-commerce store setup and how to actually promote it online. So my name is Watts, and this is actually a free webinar where which is going to where we're gonna essentially cover like quickly on the elements on setting up the e-commerce store and how to market it. But we have a live workshop which is happening on the 28th of May, 9 a.m. Mauritius time, which is actually hosted by Prenumerous Training Center Mauritius. And that's basically the 3-hour workshop where I would be working with you in setting up the complete store and also learning how to market that store online. So a quick overview on the workshop that we are running on the 28th of May, and in accordance to which we are launching this free webinar, and we're going to get started quickly. Great, guys. So in today's webinar, we will basically cover how to decide your niche, how to choose between a drop shipping or holding your own products. We'll brainstorm how to create a business name and register your domain for your e-commerce business. We will also select the products to sell. We would be learning how to create a website with an online store builder like Shopify, Woocommerce, or it could be any other big commerce store. We would also learn how to set up and get a sales tax ID and how do we market your online shop. Great. So this is like a quick overview on what we will accomplish today in this free webinar. And there are a few rules of this game. So feel free to ask questions. If you have any questions at any point of time, just drop in the chat and I'll be happy to answer you. Since we have about 40+ people on this webinar, I'm not sure if I can answer all the questions. So the remaining ones, I will email it to you guys, all right? Stay till the end. We've got some amazing surprises and free goodies. And enjoy the free webinar, guys, and stay safe. Great. So a very quick short introduction about me. So my name is Watts. I've done my master's in international business from ESX School of Management, Paris. I worked in the Wall Street area as a growth marketer. I'm a digital marketing trainer at Aventus School of Management, Singapore. And I'm also a digital marketing trainer at Prenumerous Training Center, Mauritius. I'm also the founder and CEO at STANDOUT. So during my complete experience, I've consulted about 50+ startups across US, Brazil, France, Singapore, and India by scaling and growing their businesses online via creative growth hacks and digital marketing strategies. So our team has experience working with the top consulting firms around the world, and we come from different backgrounds in different countries as well. So that's a little bit about me, some of the pictures of the workshops that we run in Singapore at Aventus School of Management, some pictures of the workshops. And now we are going to dive right inside e-commerce marketing. So, so great, guys. Before we go ahead and start setting up an e-commerce business or a website, I think it's really important to actually decide your niche, really to understand what is the niche that you want to operate on. And it starts with pricing, right? So at the most basic level, we all understand this concept. If you sell cheaper items, more people are likely to purchase, but if your average order value will also go low. And if you're selling more expensive items, of course, less people are likely to purchase and your AOV will be larger, right? And on top of that, we also have something called as brand loyalty, popularity, longevity to consider. So if you look at the engaged customer loyalty in action, you can see that 90% of most frequent customers are familiar and they buy from a brand. So your brand actually has to be famous, or people should actually know about your brand before anybody is going to buy from you, from your business. Because I mean, you can always convert a direct cold lead into a hot lead through various marketing tactics, but it also goes before you do that, also involves a lot of consideration, brand awareness sort of campaigns. Engaged customers spend about 60% more dollars per transaction, and they are 5x most likely to actually indicate the only brand they want to purchase from in the future. I've got a few more people joining in, so I'm just going to quickly add them. Great. So you would also see that after accounting and operations, warehousing, marketing costs, most e-commerce stores actually end up with a 20 to 30% profit margin. So that's the amount of margin that you can actually generate with your e-commerce store or business if you plan to basically launch one of these businesses online. So I think once basically you're clear with your niche in terms of what you really want to sell, and the pricing and all of that, it's more about understanding the process of your e-commerce store. So you really want to know whether you want to choose between a drop shipping or holding your own products. Now, in many ways, drop shipping definitely has more advantages. Uh, you don't need a capital to purchase your items. If you have a drop shipping store, you can list more items on your e-commerce store at zero risk, because you don't hold the inventory, you don't hold the stocks, or even a physical store. There's no warehousing cost, there's no picking and packing activities involved. So drop shipping definitely has certain advantages over owning your own physical or online store, where you're actually creating and selling your own products, and you can actually see the way the cycle, the way it works. Basically, a customer purchases from your online store, and it's forwarded to the real store who's actually delivering and shipping the products, and he's basically the supplier who will actually be sending out those products to your customer. So you only take care of the selling and the transactional part of it, but you don't actually hold any inventory. So some advantages you would want to consider between having a drop shipping store or an online store, but there are always disadvantages too. So the problem is that if your supplier screws up, then of course you will be held by the customer, and you would be held responsible for delivering a low quality product. And also for e-commerce stores to handle fulfillment in-house, it's easy enough to apologize, rectify the problem, and move on. But drop shippers who have to communicate with manufacturers who are in different city or even continent, that becomes a problem if you actually run a drop shipping business, because you don't control the quality, and the reviews come directly to you. So you'll have to basically deal with the customer in terms of the complaints, the refunds, and things like that. Yeah, so some problems that you might want to consider. Statistics show that the majority of unhappy customers won't actually tell you they are unhappy. They will just churn into oblivion and never patronize a store again. So you can look at out of the complete statistics, 4% customers who are dissatisfied actually go ahead and complain and put those bad reviews, wherein the remaining 96% customers don't even raise any voice complaints, and 91% of which will never come back to your store because they had a really bad experience. So it's really important to actually know the supplier that you work with in case you think of a drop shipping business, because that's very essential in terms of quality regulations and refunds and things like that. And of course, you can also have your own store if that is something that you want to do, create your own products, outsource it and sell it. So quick overview on that. Now the step 3 involves basically brainstorm a business name and register your domain. Now, before you go ahead and start creating a website or an e-commerce store that you actually want to sell on, it's really important for you to actually get a domain name. It all starts with having a brand name that you actually want to set up. There are some key essentials of a good domain name. You should always go for a .com domain and not for a .sg or .mu or any country level TLDs. That's because when you go for a country specific name, then your limit and your reach is only at a particular country level and not on a global scale. .coms are the best domains, and you don't have any limitations in terms of reaching out or scaling your business in different geos as well. Now, you would, when you go ahead and look for a domain name, you would see that there are multiple domains available for any brand or business. You would see things like .in, .co, .co.uk, .org, and these are not the top level domains. So you should try to consider a .com domain, because that actually is great. The other factors that you would really want to also understand is that you should keep your name short and precise, because a brandable name are short names. Uber is a very short name, and things and companies who are actually very successful and big, they have very short brand names because the recall value is higher, and it's easy to also communicate to your fellow employees or your customers. So it's unique, and your competition doesn't use anything similar. So you can actually rank high on Google if you have a unique short name. It's easy to memorize, it's easy to pronounce and dictate over phone, and it sounds trustworthy as well. So when you have a short name, it looks like a brand name, and that's the difference between going with a long name than a brand name. So when you look at this domain called winthelotterytoday.com, it looks like a very generic name, right? It's like, okay, this business is something about winning a lottery. But if you go with something like lotterio.com, it becomes like a brand, because it's a short name. So that's the difference. You could also explore tools like Google Trends, where you can actually go ahead and research in terms of what sort of names that you would actually want for your business. So let me quickly show you how Google Trends look like. So there's a tool called as Google Trends. You can quickly go ahead, and you can actually, this is a great tool even in terms of looking out for the right products or the niche that you want to operate on. So for instance, if you want to sell let's maybe shoes, um, let's look at something like shoes, and you can actually get insights into trends on how is the interest over time. By default, the tool will show you results in the United States, but you can actually change it to your own country. Let's look at Mauritius. Let's look at the demand of shoes in Mauritius in the last 12 months. Uh, okay, so you can see that post-Jan, it's actually gone down. And that's true because of the COVID situation. People are not actually looking out to buy more shoes right now online. But you can look at something like flowers, or let's take a product name. Guys, have any suggestions for any product names, any e-commerce product names that you guys want to look at? I can quickly go ahead and key in that name. Masks. All right. Let's look at masks. Great, guys. So that's a really good suggestion, Nikhil. So you can look at the keyword masks, which is actually trending right now because of the COVID. It's actually gone up post February. So more and more people are looking to buy masks, in Mauritius, and this statistic shows in the last 12 months. And you can look at also you can actually also get interest by region. So you can see that the region around Port Louis has got the maximum search intent for this keyword masks. So a lot of people around this area are actually looking for masks compared to the other areas in Mauritius, though the intent is pretty high. So, you can actually think of such a product. And similarly, if you have any product name, you can go into Google Keywords Planner or Google Trends, and you can actually look in for the keyword that you want to basically sell, the product that you want to sell, and things like that. And you can see there are some driving masks and things like that too. So yeah. So a quick overview on this tool, Google Trends, which can actually help you identify the right product or the niche that you want to basically operate on, and helps you understand if there's a demand for your product and if you can actually sell it in your region. It could be Mauritius, it could be Singapore, Indonesia, any country. You can just look into that too, right? Now, once you have actually identified the product that you want to sell, you really need to understand the brand name for your business, because that will also resonate with your online store.com. So if you think of xyz.com, make sure it's available and it's short, it's unique, easy to memorize, pronounce, and it sounds trustworthy. A few suggestions on choosing a good brand name for your business. Um, so again, yeah, short, simple, and predictable, things like that you would want to consider. There are some free domain name generators out there, something as lean domain search. You can just Google lean domain search and you will find a tool where you can actually go ahead and generate names for your brands. So I can quickly show you again how this tool works, lean domain generator. So let's look at this, leandomaingenerator.com. Great. So it basically gives you the right combinations for the names that you are actually looking for. So if I'm looking to sell masks, let's look at mask and see what sort of domains we have available related to mask. So you can see there are about 2,442.com domains containing masks, which are available right now. Mask server, mask file, learn mask, mask train, and things like that. So, like there are thousands and thousands of domains which actually you can choose from related to your brand by using tools like Lean Domain Generator. And you can also use tools like Business Name Generator. It's by Shopify. You can use tool like Nameboy. It's a bit more old school, but it also solves that purpose, and you can do some research in terms of what sort of name that you're looking for your business. um, Now, of course, there are many domain hostings out there, so don't worry, guys, like if you're thinking it's too complicated in terms of how do I set up this domain and everything, we'll cover everything in our workshop that we are running on the 28th. So in the workshop, we will together, do all these activities by searching for a domain, setting a hosting, building your online store, and doing the research behind that as well. So everything we will cover in the workshop, which goes for 3 hours on the 28th. This is just a quick overview on things that you can actually do, to set up your e-commerce store, right? So stay tuned, guys. And if you have any questions, feel free to chat, put in the chat comment, and we'll be happy to answer. So you can go for multiple domain registrars. There are many out there like Hostinger, GoDaddy. You have heard so many. You can choose any one. I recommend Hostinger because they have a really good customer support. I'm not affiliated to Hostinger, and I'm not promoting any of affiliate Hostinger products, but yeah, it's a great tool out there. And also, when you are buying your existing domain or a new domain, just make sure that you do a quick search on tools like Wayback Machine and who.is. So it actually gives you a historic data of the domain name that you're looking to buy, because you don't want to buy a domain which has a bad history, which was maybe somebody used it for spamming purpose or got blacklisted. So you don't want to buy that tool, right? That domain, right? So to check that, you can actually go through these two tools, and it gives you historic data. They're all free tools. You don't have to pay a single penny to use them. Great, guys. Are you guys good? Are you able to hear me well? If you guys are good, just quickly say in yes. All right, awesome, guys. Good stuff. So going forward, now is the best time, right? And now you have actually, once you've actually decided the niche, the products that you actually want to sell, you have figured out your brand name, your domain that you want to actually host your website on. Now it's time to basically choosing the right products to sell. Now, how do you decide which is the right product that you want to sell, right? Now, there are tricks around that too. If you have already decided a niche, like if you want to sell clothing products or beauty or healthcare products, whatsoever it may be, you can easily look into Amazon, and you can look at their bestseller list, and you'll get an idea of the best-selling products on Amazon currently. So that'll actually give you an idea of which products are actually trending right now in the market. So it will help you understand, okay, this is something which is trending, and you can actually go ahead and and use those or create or sell those products. Similarly, you can look at social proof on eBay's bestseller list, and you can also look at AliExpress's bestseller list. So most of the e-commerce players, marketplaces, even Lazada, Zalora, Q10, they have their bestseller list, which actually gives you an insight on which products are actually trending, which are the best-selling products are currently at this moment, and you can kind of figure out your right product, your right niche, for you to make a decision on what to sell, because you don't want to sell a product which is where there's no demand for, right? You don't want to sell a product which no one is buying currently. So you can use these tools, and it's all free again, and you can look for the right product that you actually want to sell. Now, once you have figured out your brand name, your niche, your products, you've decided what you want to do, like whether it's a drop shipping business or sell your own products, you can go ahead and create your website, because you need an online store to basically sell your products. Now, now there are amazing bunch of tools out there to basically set up and create your online store. You don't have to know coding. You don't have to know any technical skills or knowledge in terms of creating a store, because we have so many stores out there which lets you build your store online with simple drag and drop builder. Now again, we will be covering this complete store building process during the workshop that we are running on the 28th. So if you guys are enrolling for the workshop, you will actually be building the store yourself, and I will show you step-by-step process on how to actually go ahead and set up the complete store and go online. So there are multiple stores out there. The top ones are Shopify, Woocommerce, and BigCommerce. You guys are already familiar with these terms. Now, there are a few differences between the three store building platforms. This statistics show Google trend report, as in the search intent of Shopify versus WooCommerce versus BigCommerce. So you can see, like, post Jan, the Shopify has actually, the search intent for Shopify has actually gone up compared to BigCommerce and WooCommerce. Now Shopify is an independent store building platform where you can actually even host your domain. You can build a website and integrate with various applications, wherein WooCommerce runs on WordPress. So if you guys know what WordPress is, WooCommerce is actually a plugin for WordPress, and you build a complete store on WordPress. Now there are a few advantages compared to Shopify and WooCommerce. Now, for instance, Shopify is very easy to set up. It's more like drag and drop, and you can easily set up your store, wherein WooCommerce involves a bit technical skills, not coding skills, but in terms of even setting up the store. The advantage WooCommerce has over Shopify is that the WooCommerce has a great SEO because of WordPress. Now, websites powered by WordPress are really good on SEO. So that is search engine optimization. If you guys are familiar with that, it basically that helps you rank on Google organically. So that's the advantage WooCommerce has over Shopify. Doesn't mean that your store will not rank on Google if you have a Shopify store. It will. You will have to work the other way around in terms of the on-page and off-page and things like that. But yes, WooCommerce has that advantage. The ease of use, Shopify has more than WooCommerce, something that you would really want to consider. And then there are players like BigCommerce and PrestaShop as well, which actually do a similar job. If you look at the pricing per month for different website builders, e-commerce store builders, you can see that basically Shopify is at 29, BigCommerce is at 29, and WooCommerce is also very similar. I think it's around $20 a month. So, but anyways, like, it's not actually about pricing, because you get more or less the same features in all these platforms. I think it's more about what is it that you need, right? I mean, what are the great things that you can do with your store? You just don't want to store and have it online. You also want to enable selling, right? You want to enable integration with Facebook shops, with Instagram stores, and be able to list and sell online. So we really need to actually brainstorm about what are things that you can do when you have an online store. So there are a few things that you need to consider. Now, this is basically an overview of, so of course, you want to make sure that you have an online store and you can actually integrate it well with your Facebook shop. Now, Facebook offers its own shop platform where you can actually list and sell your products through Facebook, and it has a marketplace where your products get listed. I'm sure you guys would have seen these Facebook marketplaces and things like that. So you can actually integrate your pages on your website with Facebook Shop and directly sell through Facebook. And similarly for Instagram. You also want to make sure that your products are integrated well, and you can actually run ads through Facebook and drive more traffic and sell your products on your online store through Facebook advertising. And similarly for Google as well, if you want to run Google ads, and sell more products, you want to make sure that you have that sort of capability with your online store, be it Shopify or WooCommerce. Now, the sort of tool that we'll be using for the online workshop is even better than Shopify and WooCommerce. It's not a very old tool in the market, but it's a very seamless tool, and I'll be revealing that in the workshop. It'll actually do all this for you, and it's a very simple drag and drop builder. And I'm going to go next and show you how this tool will look like and how you can easily go ahead and set up your complete store online. So of course, in terms of the promotion, you need to have such capabilities with your online e-commerce store. You need to make sure that your store is mobile responsive. It has like a mobile responsive page, shopping cart, and the good part about this tool is that you also get your own branded iOS and Android shopping app. So you actually get your own app, which you can actually use it and rebrand it. So you can have your own app. If your company is xyz.com, you can have your own Android and iOS app in the name of XYZ. And you can actually list it on Play Store and iOS Store. Now, that you don't have to think and worry about how do I manage so many digital assets, right? I mean, everything is integrated with your single dashboard that you will be using it. So whatever changes you make in your dashboard will actually reflect on both the apps, your Android app, your iOS app, your online store, and even your Facebook and Instagram shop. So it's a very seamless integration that it's already inbuilt with this tool. And you also get to basically list multiple products. You can go up to 100 to unlimited products, depending on the amount of products that you want to sell. You can also sell digital products. Your products in your store, you can enable GDPR compliance with that as well if you want to sell in European markets. And you can also add the store to any website. I'm going to show you quickly how this looks like. But before I go ahead, I will just also quickly cover, like, you create discount coupons inside your online store. You can connect your own domain, and you can also schedule order pickups. So you can also define how would you want to schedule your order delivery, whether you want a physical pickup or you want to integrate with a third-party delivery service. Everything can be done inside that tool itself. It also has automatic tax calculations based on the country you are in. If you are in Mauritius, it automatically calculate the tax, and you can decide if the tax is something you want to bear or you want your customers to basically pay the taxes when they're buying this product. You can also integrate with Facebook Messenger live chat. So at any point for customers chatting, you can directly chat with the Facebook page Messenger. So that's pretty easy. You don't have to have an external app to chat with your customers. You can also track your inventory. It has some advanced SEO tools, and you can also sell on eBay, create orders, and the best part is a multilingual storefront. So in case you want to sell your products in different markets in different languages, you can actually create your store with multilingual storefronts. As in, your store will automatically translate the content in different languages based on the country that you're targeting through your online store. So some of the great things about having this tool and that you would really want to consider. Now we will quickly go ahead and see how this store setting looks like. We'll go ahead and customize the store front. So this is basically, how the dashboard of this online platform will look like. You can see that I can actually go ahead and basically set up my address. I can go ahead and even set up my taxes right here. So I can actually go ahead and choose if I want to add manual tax rates or keep it automated. Based on my country, it'll automatically calculate the taxes and even the payment integrations. So I can set up my email notification inside my tool, where when the order is confirmed, the order status has changed, order is shipped and ready to pick up, and things like that. If I'm selling digital products, I can even enable download e-goods and gift card purchases and things like that. I can set up automatic invoices with my storefront. So I can create an invoice and set it up right here. And so whenever a customer purchases a product from my store, he or she automatically gets an invoice with my logo and things like that. So I can also add my taxpayer identification number and also change the invoice templates and things like that. Okay, this is how my front end would look like. It's a simple drag and drop tool where I can easily go and customize my storefront. So you can see like this is my store name here, and I can actually go ahead and change my store name if I want to make it like Standout Marketplace. I can easily go ahead and set up my store name here. I can even change my description, the way things I want to add when somebody visits my website, and also change my CTA and the call to action buttons. I can change my layout in terms of I want the right sidebar layout, the left sidebar layout, and things like that I can do, when I'm setting up my storefront. I can change my background image, the one you see in the background. I can easily go ahead and quickly optimize my images, the button label, shop now, and also my stores. So this is how my storefront would look like. If I click on any of the products, it'll show me the product page. So yep, that's a few things that I can do around. And I can also set up my products where I could set up my catalog. So I can actually create products right here. I can click on add a new product and create a quick product with the name, description, the pricing, and also I can enable whether the product is in stock or it is not in stock. So these are the things that we will be doing. You can define your SKU number as well, because you would want to make sure that every product that you sell has a unique number associated for for your tracking purpose, and also for the fulfillment person delivering this product. You can select your delivery and shipping and pick up right here, right? So I'll show you. So you can actually set up right here. You want your shipping and delivery. So you can add a simple flat shipping rate, set up a custom rate, or use automatic rates for carriers like UPS, UPFS, FedEx, Royal Mail, Canada Post, Australia. So this platform already has integrations with these delivery partners. All you need to do is go ahead and add your shipping and delivery information, and integrate those. So you can see, like, since I am in Singapore, it's showing me Singapore Post and local delivery. It's giving me two options. I can quickly go ahead and set up my delivery right here with this button. But if I want to use a local delivery, if some of you really want to use like a local delivery person or a company, you can actually set up a local delivery also right here. We can also look in for other providers if you want to like set up your store with. And you can actually set that up manually as well. So you can calculate and set up your shipping method. You can also set up self pickup if you want people to go and come and pick up themselves. You can do that as well. You can click and add pickup option, and you can define the instructions for your customer, the pickup location, business hours, and things like that. You can also set up pickup charges if you want to charge them for picking up the product, and you can also enable if you want them to select a right time and date when they are actually selecting the pickup option. So if I'm selling this product, I can set up, okay, I want to like enable this from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And your customer will actually see this when they're buying this product right on their store. So things like that you can do, and the zones and things like that you can set up. You can also integrate the your complete product with Facebook marketing, where you can set up Facebook shop right inside your store. And you can also set up your mobile responsive page right here. So I'm going to quickly show you how like a quick store would actually look like. Where is my, this is basically like how a store would look like. You could set up a store. You can also completely customize your about information, things that you want to display about your company. You can add testimonials from your customers, which will actually, enable more purchase and establish a trust worthy with your potential customers. You can also talk about you. You can set up your company address, your phone number, email address, and your social media icons right on the store. It's completely customizable. And when I click on the product, this is something that the product page would look like. So you can add your text, your description, and you can also add, things like you can add multiple images for products and sort of description that you want to add associated with your product, whatever product that you are planning to sell. So we will actually go ahead and completely customize this store and set it up on your domain that you actually decide when you are coming for this workshop. And that's the beauty about customizing it. We would also go ahead and customize the product page, the one that you saw right now. We would also set up the payment settings. We can integrate with platforms like Stripe, with PayPal, and any other payment gateway that is available in the market. You would be able to link that seamlessly with your online e-commerce store. And also you would be basically setting up your shipping, your pickup and tax settings, along with setting up your store. Now I'll be revealing this awesome tool during the workshop when we are going to actually, do it in the 3-hour training. And we'll also set up the whole thing in the next 3 hours. So in the complete 3 hours of training, we would go ahead and we would, set up your domain, your hosting, your e-commerce store. And we'll also learn a bit about how you can actually market your products using Facebook and Instagram and power your business and start selling directly. Now, this is the workshop that we're actually running on the 28th. And the cost is about 4,500 Mauritian rupee. And it's gonna happen for 3 hours, 9 a.m. to 12:30, 12:30, like 30 minutes buffer. So as ideally it's 9 to 12, but we can stretch it to 12:30 if required. And it's gonna be a one-on-one, like not a one-on-one, but like a proper workshop where you can actually talk to me. You can ask me questions. We can together work and set up your complete store. If you're just looking to learn how to set up the whole thing, how to enable your e-commerce store and start selling online, something that you want to learn about, you would be learning about that. Now, along with this workshop, I will also be giving out $2,000 worth freebies and goodies. So you'll get access to 500 plus growth tools directly that I basically use to run and launch my online businesses. You would also get free ebook and complete guide on e-commerce marketing, content creation project specifications document where you can actually set up your complete marketing plan, how you'd want to sell, at what time, what date, and set up your monthly calendars, things like that. You would get access to a completely free software which you can use to create your graphics for your products, for your e-commerce store, how you would want to list it on the website, because you really want to make sure that the products that you list on the website are good looking products, and that's one of the key essential factors which determine how much your products will sell on your e-commerce platform. And of course the other templates and plans that I will be giving out right after the training on the 28th. So you can go ahead, you can scan this code. You can also register through this website, standoutprograms.online/pronumerous-2. So you can actually scan this code and it'll actually take you to the website, for signing up for the paid workshop. And it's going to be a 3-hour workshop, and we'll intensively dive inside every section and topic that we discussed today. And you'll be able to launch your complete store from scratch without knowing any coding or technical skills, and be able to also start selling it online. It could be your own market or the markets that you are looking out for. Great. So I've got a question from Subin. Can we have a copy of the presentation as well as the video, please? That'll be really helpful to us. Sorry, Subin, I'm not sure if we can, give out the copy of the video because it's a free webinar. But you feel free to join in the paid workshop, and you would get access to the complete workshop video recording as well. For the free webinar, we don't have the rights to give out the complete video. But yes, I can share the presentation with you, and you can actually go through it, and you can get access to it. Great, guys. So I think that's it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to put in the chat right now. If you want to email me personally, you can email me at whatsapp@standout.digital. I've put in my email in the chat. So you can go ahead and send me the questions that you have. And I really look forward to joining you for this workshop on the 28th, hosted by Prenumerous Training Center, Mauritius. Thank you, guys. You have a great day and stay safe, guys. Times are tough. Make sure you guys are safe and take care of yourself. Thank you, guys. Take care. Cheers. Bye.